Hey everybody, it's Jonathan Koger again today on my series 40 Days of Fasting and Prayer. And today we got a really good episode for you guys. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks and hints on how to make fasting a little bit easier for you. I know fasting's not supposed to be easy. I know that we're not supposed to have a cheat sheet or a fasting hack, but just because you're not eating doesn't mean you can't enjoy the other senses. And I think that's what you really need to concentrate on. As you're fasting, you're going to have strange cravings. I remember one of the first fasts that I did, I think it was a 7-day fast. I was craving mayonnaise. I know. I like mayonnaise, but too much of anything is no bueno, right? So what I did is I researched and I planned I was going to make homemade mayonnaise, and that kind of focused my energy in a different direction rather than thinking about certain foods. I can't tell you what it does for people that are hungry. It helps. One thing my son did, I mentioned on another episode, is he saved candy. He would go to the store, he would buy candy, he'd put it in his fridge, and I'm guilty. I stole a couple of them, but I paid him back. But when you see Reese's Pieces in the fridge and the Heath bars and Snickers, I mean, you can't do that. But anyway, I'm not the one who found them. My wife did, so she's guiltier than me. Now, I get excited when I talk about food because I am hungry. I am on day 15. I'm down to 207. So again, I'm losing roughly at this point a pound a day. I haven't figured out what I'm fasting for yet. So if you comment, I'll go ahead and answer you guys in the comments. Another thing to kind of get your mind off of fasting or to kind of focus that energy is to collect things. So one thing that I collected, I've never tried before, and I still haven't tried, but I seen a video. Muddy Pond is the company, and I believe they're Mennonites, and they do a lot of things the old-fashioned way, which I like. I like to support small business. I like to go as natural as I can. But this is sorghum syrup, and it's supposed to be a lot healthier for you than maple. So I wanted to give it a shot. Really fresh, used by December 31st of this year. And I can't tell you what it tastes like yet, but I have it in my hands. And I'm waiting for chicken and waffles. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. I'm hungry. All right, I'm really hungry. You talk about food, I'm going to get excited. I'm hungry, but I'm doing good, and God is good, and He's strengthening me, and He's sustaining me. Now, back to strange cravings. On my 21-day fast, I was starting to crave at first, probably into the 15th, 16th day, started to crave raw fish. And I would see videos of people chopping up fish, and I was like, I want that, I want to eat that. I want raw fish. Later on, more towards the 21-day mark, I started to crave just blood, like raw meat, not eating raw meat, but I was determined to get my hunting license, which I'll have to do this year, shooting a deer or an elk and deboweling it and skinning it, and just, that's how hungry I was. And I'm not that type of person, I respect all God's creation, unless they're little bugs in my house or mice. But I was just craving contact with the raw meat. And I know some people do eat raw beef, and I always, um, uh, not well done, but medium well. You could have some juices in the steak, but I don't want to see blood pouring out unless it's a certain type of cut. But I was just, give me raw meat. I just hungry. And so this time around, it's frog legs, catfish, snake, and alligator. I'm on the southern kick. I want some barbecue, some southern food. And so it's okay to crave. I'm not going to catch any frogs or anything like that. But another thing I did do is I made a dandelion apple and orange tincture. And in about 5-6 months, this is going to have some really good medicinal properties. It's my first time around. As I go throughout my fast, I'm going to use this energy to make some medicinal tinctures. And that way, my energy's focused. I'm doing something. I feel like, your body wants to feel like, and your mind wants to feel like you're doing something to be able to eat. It's in desperation mode. So another thing we can do to kind of suppress that is maybe scented candles. You might not want to get candles that smell like food, but, just some of your favorite scents. Experiment a little bit, being able to smell, and it's almost like taste. I can't believe I just said that. I'm really trying to convince myself here. But it is a pleasure to go ahead and smell good scents, right? And another thing I did today is I had my ducks clean. I got a killer deal. They were running a promotion. It's Dirty Ducks Boise, LLC. And again, I support small business. And I thought, if I'm, in the house and I'm doing the scent thing, I want to have clean, fresh air at the same time. So the house is roughly 112, 113 years old, and it was time that we had it done. So we did. Another thing that you can do is take hot baths with Epsom salt. Some people take food grade hydrogen peroxide and put a cup of that in your bath. It's supposed to kind of just pull the toxins out of your body and whatnot. If you're not into hot baths, I've heard a lot of good things about ice baths. And I'm getting ready to try that pretty quick. Probably won't try it on camera, so don't get too excited. And, the last thing is just the battlefield of the mind. How strong are you? You look at athletes that are top tier champion athletes, and they have willpower. They have heart. They have drive. They're disciplined. And there's a saying, and I'm going to chop it up. I think it's a Joe Rogan saying, but it's when our hard work will beat talent when talent refuses to work hard. And that applies in everything in life. You see the most talented people and they ride on their talent. And I've been the underdog and competed against people that were better than me, all around. There's always going to be someone better than you at something. And once you rise to the top, you better be sure that a challenger is going to come try to take your title. And so it's just the battlefield of the mind. I'm not saying that you need to warp your mind or do anything like that, but just be stronger than your mind and your body. And you can do your fast, vow however many days that you do, and you will have the drive and the strength to do it if you have it in your heart. Again, if you fast and you fail, there's so many situations where people have brought me food, plates of food just out of nowhere. You're working at somebody's house and they pull out cookies, and if you don't eat one, you're offending them, and just all sorts of scenarios. And if you fail, just get back up and try again. Don't be discouraged. But these are the things I think that'll help you kind of getting busy, making something with food or medicinal properties. I wanted to make it bigger, but I am going to make a bigger one with the root and the flowers, the dandelion, with probably no oranges, just a straight medicinal. My wife made rosemary a few months ago, and so just focus that energy. Again, I thank you all for watching. I appreciate all your likes, your subscriptions. Please leave a comment below what you would like to see. What would you like me to go over next? And I'll see you tomorrow. God bless you. How silly I am. I forgot to go over the soda stream. So the soda stream is carbonation, and you could fill that jug up with any type of water. You could even make homemade soda. Doesn't need to be plugged in. My son bought it and left it at my house, so guess what? I'm using it. I got filtered water here, and I'm just drinking carbonated filter water. No calories at all. Anyway, I forgot to display that, so I wanted to show you guys. Thanks.